Namaste. Welcome to my kitchen. My name is Ariel Sawatsky, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how to make raw vegan peaches and cream. Now this cream, I have been eating this for like a day and a half straight because it's so good. I just keep wanting more of it, and that's okay because it's peaches, right? So anyways, this cream is like to die for. It's so good. And so basically what we're going to be doing is dressing peaches with peaches, and I will explain that in a minute. I'll show you how to do it. Actually, let's just get right into it and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so the first thing that I have here is a bowl full of peaches. There's 3 peaches in here. I'm going to use one of those peaches to make my cream sauce, and then the other 2 I'm going to put in my dish. I also have 1 kiwi that's diced up. That is optional. You don't need to add more fruit if you don't want to. I just have a handful of kiwis over there, and I wanted to throw that in for a little pop of color. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have my blender here. I'm going to take one of these peaches, and I'm going to take the bruised one, okay, because I want my dish to be pretty when it's all done. So I'm just going to chop that up, throw it in my blender, okay? And there's another one, and that's another one. There's another one. Okay, so almost a whole one. I'm using 3 pieces, and I cut each piece into 4 pieces. You do want to take the peels off of this so that the sauce can be very creamy, because the peels on a peach are they're a little bit fuzzy and it would make a weird texture in the sauce. Okay, so now we have 1 peach in the blender. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our hemp hearts. Okay, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of hemp hearts in the blender. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, and then to make it a little bit extra thick and creamy like, we're going to take our Irish moss, which is almost all gone, and we're going to put the rest of that in there. There's about 2 tablespoons in there. I'm just going to grab something to get that out of there with. Okay, so there's 2 tablespoons of Irish moss in here. That is also going into our blender. If you don't have Irish moss, you can leave this out. I highly recommend putting it in because it gives it a really, like, a very thick and creamy, rich texture to this dish. Okay? And if you do leave it out, I would recommend putting in another tablespoon of the Irish moss, or if you don't have Irish moss and you're going to leave this out, I would recommend putting in an extra tablespoon of hemp hearts, okay? So one of the reasons why I use Irish moss instead of an extra tablespoon of hemp hearts, which you could very easily do, is because Irish moss has like 0 calories in it, okay? So this is going to take this rich and creamy sauce and stretch the fat right out, and you won't even notice a difference in the taste at all. Okay, so there we have our Irish moss, our hemp hearts, our peach. We're gonna do 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. You can use a little bit more, you can use a little bit less. Okay. We also need a lime, which I don't have over here. 1 of those. Okay. So I'm just going to cut that in half and squeeze the juice into the blender. Oh dear, this one's not very juicy. And because this one's not very juicy, I'm going to put the whole thing in there, okay? And some more. And that is it for the sauce. Now we blend, and then when we're all done, I'm going to show you how I put this together. It is the most delicious looking dessert you've ever seen in your life, okay? So now we're going to blend this all up. And that is it. Our cream is all done. I'll show you what it looks like. There you go. It's very thick. It's very rich. It's very creamy. Okay. I'm just gonna spoon some of that sauce back in there. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our little cup here, and we're just gonna slice some peaches up into the bottom. Here. Show you what we're doing here. We're just gonna slice some peaches up into the bottom of our cup. This one. Here's another one. Okay. We're just gonna push that down a little bit. We're gonna put some kiwis in there. Okay. And then we're gonna take our cream, all of this cream, and we're gonna pour it right in over top. Okay. Oh my God, it's so good. So good. Okay. And then, oh, it's so pretty too. Then we're gonna take some more peaches. Dice them up. Put them on top. Okay. We're gonna take some more kiwis. Throw them on there. And then we're gonna take like a tiny little handful of walnuts, okay? And we're gonna take the edge of our knife and we're just gonna crush those. So I'd say there's like maybe a tablespoon of walnuts there, okay? And we're just gonna crush it. Remember, we only put 2 tablespoons of hemp hearts in here, so we can afford to put some walnuts on top for an extra little crunch, okay? So there we go. Some walnuts on top. And that, my friends, is our dish. Peaches and cream. There it is. Super delightful. Very tasty. Very yummy. Very good for you. This has no dairy in it. It's not going to make you feel sluggish. It's got no artificial sweeteners in it. It's just pure goodness, right? And it feels as good in your body as it tastes good to eat. And that's important to me, right? That makes all the difference in the world. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite recipes. I really hope you try it. That cream is to die for. And you can do this with, like, you could do this with a mango. You could do this with banana. You could do this with just about anything you want. to make a really tasty, like any type of fruit that's not super fibery, that's going to be really juicy and really sweet like that, is going to make a delicious, you can use any fruit you want to make a delicious sauce like that, and then like have something like this, right? Like, isn't that amazing? Look at that. It's so pretty. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more recipe videos, specifically raw vegan recipe videos, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because I am pumping them out all the time. That is it for today. I will see you in the next one.